Hello and welcome to the Vedic Lunar Scope. It's the 25th of November 2015 today. We've got a full moon today in the early portion of the sign of Gemini at about 3 degrees and 20 minutes. And the full moon will take place at about 11:45 p.m. and that's UK time. If you want to know the time in your particular time zone, just go to timeanddate.com. This particular full moon takes place in the nakshatra of Rohini. We need to talk today about facing the facts. And facing the facts even if you don't want to face the facts, right? Quite often we ignore something that we really need to know simply because it just feels more comfortable for us to do so. And having to acknowledge something that can ultimately be uncomfortable to us is something, well, let's face it, if we're facing facts, right, it's something we'd rather not do. One part of us thinks that it would be easier to keep our eyes closed to something, but actually seeing the thing that we're closing our eyes to is something that's going to help us in the long run. Equally, if there's something that we don't want to hear, well, we kind of close our ears to it, when really having that little piece of information is something that can actually serve us on whatever path that we're walking. It's something that can ultimately help us. Sure, it may kind of touch your sensitivities for a moment, but it's quite likely that your sensitivities would be touched much more by not facing that particular truth, right? So it's going to be really helpful for you today to take, well, for lack of a better way to put it, even though I know one part of us wants to remain grown-up children our entire lives, but you need to now take a more adult approach to a particular situation and undergo a period of self-reflection and facing facts in relation to something in your life, dependent upon what area of your chart this particular transit would be affecting. The path ahead will actually become much easier once you do so, even if the initial task of taking a look is something that, well, kind of takes you past your comfort zone. It makes you look at something that you really don't want to take a look at a time when you don't really want to feel vulnerable. It's actually something that is going to help you, and it's going to serve you, and is going to help you to get out of the space that you're in the first place, and ultimately serve you further down the road. Rohini is a very moksha-driven nakshatra. What do I mean by very moksha-driven nakshatra? Well, sometimes I just exaggerate things, and things excite me, and I use the word very. On the other level, when I'm talking about moksha, we're talking about liberation. And so ultimately, if you use it wisely, it is a very liberating experience. So maybe that's not too enthusiastic or too exaggerated because of my level of enthusiasm. But with Rohini Nakshatra, or I should say with Rohini Nakshatra today, there's the need to take a look at something so that you can grow, so that you can create a newer and more liberated path for you. What do I mean by more liberated path? One where you're not dealing with the same old set of circumstances that's creating difficulty for you, but you're going to have to grow in order to make it happen. Rohini is associated with Brahma, the creator. Brahma is always creating new forms. But first, there must be evolution in order for this process to happen. Rohini ultimately is about fostering growth, fostering and creating growth. The lunar tithi today, it's the full moon Purnima. And with this particular energy today, the potential is there for you to have your eyes closed, because there's a path you'd rather walk in order to fulfill a certain need. And so you kind of want to close your eyes in order to walk that particular path. But closing your eyes is not really going to help you. Instead, you need to change the way you're relating to the set of circumstances that you're facing and try to see things from a wider perspective. The solar lunar yoga today is Shiva. The energy associated with this is recognizing that something has come to an end. And there are some developments that are taking place, and you need to just kind of sit with those developments for a while, let them transpire as they need to. But while they're transpiring, you're going to need to kind of face the facts and take a look at things in a very realistic manner. I'd like to help you with that process. If you'd like for me to help you, just to point out to you, you can visit my website below where you can schedule a astrological service with me. There are several different levels of service that I offer through my astrological services page. And also to let you know, if you enjoy these daily videos, I do also have a full-length video course that I filmed with fellow astrologer Ryan Korzak. That also is available at the link below. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today and the full moon in the sign of Gemini. And the nakshatra of Rohini. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.